Welcome to JSA TV, where we are covering the latest trends, stories, and innovations across the entire digital infrastructure industry. We are here at ITW, International Telecoms Week 2025. We're in National Harbor, Maryland, and there is a sea of people that are all here for the same reason, aren't there? And in that sea of people, I'm so pleased to have Equinix joining me by my side. Let me do some introductions real quick. On my immediate left, we have Andrew Eppich. He is the Vice President of Network Service Provider Business here in the Americas. And to my further left is Vinesh Dinnoo, Vice President of Sales for the same organization, but in EMEA region.
That's correct.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
It is a pleasure to have you. And so far, how has ITW treated you so far?
It's a fantastic event for Equinix because of its truly international scope. We love to come to this event so much that it's already 20 years in the making. So we've been a sponsor for that many years. But for us, it's an opportunity to really reconnect with a lot of partners that we have from around the world. So from the audience at ITW, they know us as a data center provider that has 260 buildings around the world and interconnects about 10,000 customers that we service together. So we're an enabler to the partner community that's here. And it's just, again, a real good opportunity to bring that connective tissue to life in the meetings that we've had for the last 3 days here. So just lovely to be here.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. And let's just tee it up for you. For those viewers that may not know
Right.
who Equinix
Sure.
is, why don't you tell us a little bit about Equinix and what you're doing?
So we're the world's digital infrastructure company. So it is hopefully apparent in the name. Equal Internet Exchange was basically the origin of the company about 26 years ago. So we bring together network service providers to basically be the underpinning of the internet as we know it today. But it's an evolution where the value is actually inherent within the data centers that we run. So not just the building itself, but the interconnections that happen. Those can be both physical and virtual, and they're approaching about, 500,000 in number. And these are unique connections between businesses that literally bring the digital infrastructure that we all use to life.
That's incredible because when I think of Equinix, I think of the buildings. But what you're saying is really there's an amazing expansion that's going on from the interconnection perspective, which we don't necessarily associate with Equinix.
Exactly. Yeah, we talk a lot about it on the show floor, but the fabric that we've created, connecting not only these buildings but the participants within it. So there's a real accretive value where every additional participant brings up the value of the network or the platform and the system. So we actually rate our success with regards to how many interconnections that we actually have. It's really the simple way to put it is it's what's inside that counts.
That's exciting. I love it. Okay, Vinesh, I have a question for you too.
Yes.
You know, you just gave us a lovely background. From that, I'd love to hear a little bit more about the trends that you're seeing from that perspective. So tell me about the trends you're seeing in the industry and here in ITW.
Great question. Thank you for that. So there are lots of external forces affecting the digital economy at large, like market growth, AI, constraint, supply chain, sustainability, including geopolitical events, and so on. And network service providers, very often called NSPs, are serving the consumers and the businesses all along. So one trend that is, I would say, impacting the industry is increased customer expectation. Customers are used to a smooth digital experience from OTTs and in their personal and professional lives. Heightened expectation of what is acceptable from all the technology service providers, but also from NSPs, leading to their leadership thinking about, hey, are we really looking at the net promoter score of our business? So Equinix, via its footprint, its 270 data centers, we're actually doing the heavy lifting, safeguarding, homing, powering the core and the edge infrastructure to connect all of them amongst themselves and to their customers, so that they can focus in meeting their customer expectation. Secondly, the other trend that we are seeing is the accelerated pace of innovation. Software-defined services, cloud, OTT businesses models coupled with wider development amongst ecosystem members multiplying the pace of change.
Right.
And this is pushing the traditional service practices to be disrupted. So NSPs need to evolve and innovate. So what we are doing in the mix is we are double downing on to help them. Those NSPs, hey, make best use of your global ecosystem that we Equinix have helped put together, so that and connect them to their customers, the service providers, and it speed things up for them. And finally, the latest thing is, we talk about AI. It's for volume
Right.
data. Volume of data is driving people so much ballistic. So, and that is touching the telecom industry from the very beginning. Uh, Advent of AI, already increasing volume of data, is changing the way all businesses are operating. Really, NSPs are needing to transform their operations, automate their customer engagement by making use of their own data and their customers' data. So, and offer end-to-end services so that the customers can feel that, it brings them to what they are saying from all over the place. And Equinix is enabling these by making AI ready data centers. When we talk about data centers, making them AI ready by having liquid cooling, these are technologies that are inherent to the market, but they are available, readily consumable. We in Americas and EMEA or even APAC, we're actually having customers deploying massively these type of infrastructure with us, and this is core to their business and impact their business outcomes. So these are the things that we are doing for those trends that are actually disrupting the industry.
Disruptor indeed. I can't imagine there's a single conversation that doesn't involve AI every single day over in your organization.
And the optimization of it, because at the end of
Right.
the day, we're here to enable innovations
Mhm.
that enrich work, but then also people's lives from a consumer and an entertainment perspective, from a research perspective that might be curing some particular medical issue that's shared. And then we can't stop beyond that to have an impact on the planet, because our data centers are quite large and they take a lot of power. So the honor to be a steward of such a precious amount of infrastructure globally for the last 25 years, but then have that impact not only on business, but on the lives of people that are kind of consumers of it, but then also the planet itself.
Yeah, there is a bit of a conundrum, isn't there? Because you have AI as a force on one side, and then you have sustainability. There needs to be a marriage. There is a marriage, but how do you do it in
Yeah.
the right way? And you just teed me up, because that could be my next question. I'd really like to understand from the Equinix perspective if there are any particular community initiatives or social impact programs that your company is supporting, and maybe how it all relates to some of these disparate areas that we need to manage.
Yeah, no, I mean we're a people-oriented company, and we have an impact and a profound opportunity to impact so many people around the world. So the idea of at a people level, just here at this event, the ITW organization was able to introduce us to Telecom Sans Frontières, Telecom without
Yes,
borders. So the
yes.
opportunity to support their efforts in just narrowing the digital divide. And that might be in emergency situations, but it also just be in bringing communities together around the world that might have been left out of the original investments that go into infrastructure or AI. So our opportunity to marry our foundation, the Equinix Foundation, to the causes that mean something to us, we too want to decrease that gap in the digital divide. And whether that's through the kindness of the local communities and the members that we are of our local communities and people supporting that, it goes up into an investment perspective where from our foundation, we want to give and contribute to the infrastructure required. But we've got a lot of great partners as well, with 10,000 customers around the world. Just being a unifying force to bring those resources together to bear to solve some of the hardest of the world's problems is fantastic. If you double click on sustainability, being stewards of that much energy and that much power requires us to have an operating model that's very efficient.
Mhm.
So behind people, our second highest cost is utility. So that makes good investment sense to basically have a great sustainability strategy to lower our costs, but moreover, be good stewards of the work that we do globally. So for us, it's one and the same. If we're helping the connections between people and communities, and we're doing it in an efficient way from a business perspective, we can actually lower our costs while we're helping to promote a safe and green planet.
I mean, that's exciting. And at the end of the day, I think that's the movement we all want to celebrate, is in what way can we give back to that planet at the end of the day. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it was a pleasure to meet you today. Thank you so much for joining us on JSA TV.
Awesome. Thanks so
Thank
much for
you.
having
Thank
us.
you for having us.
You're very
Cheers.
welcome. We're very welcome. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning in. And a great big thank you for all of you for sharing at the live event today. What I would invite you to do is stay curious, stay connected, and happy networking. This is Laurel Burton signing off.